It's about time for the second semi-final. Western Province have already secured their spot in the final, and they'll be joined either by Southern Gauteng or Northern Gauteng. Joining us to chat about the game quickly, Coach Warren. Warren, so far so good in the tournament. You're here, obviously missing a number of players for different reasons, but your team have come, they've performed fairly well, and you know, as Province have just showed us, it's anybody's game still.
Definitely anybody's game. And congrats to Province for making it through to the final. Lost a lot of players throughout this, but it's an awesome opportunity for the youngsters to come in. It only grows depth in the province, and for them to stand up like they did yesterday only excites me, so I can't wait for today's game.
Yeah, yesterday was a nice tight battle. Obviously, you guys managed to get out on the right side, and a player like Tegan Fourie has been absolutely instrumental for you guys.
Definitely blessed to have her in the team, and it's good chatting with her. She says she shares great knowledge. Can always touch base with her in terms of what she's doing, and she's growing in confidence and a feel on the turf, and that's what I like about players. You know, play what you feel. I trust you enough on offense and defense, so here you need to have fun and show why you're a hockey player and why you enjoy it.
And while you've got a young team, you do have the experienced players like Nicoline Tablanche, Zalfa, Tegan, who we've already mentioned. These guys are going to be critical in the tight moments today. How heavily will you be relying on them?
So heavy, but in their moments. You know, they don't need to control the game for us. We've got players in positions to do that. We've got the lines to do that. So they need to bring their experience in moments where they need it. It can relax the whole team all around. So looking forward to that. And for the youngsters, you know, while the older players bring their experience, the youngsters bring their energy, and that's what we want. That's how we want to try and balance out the game today.
Good luck, enjoy it, and hopefully at the end we're talking in a celebratory style with each other.
Thanks a lot, thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy the game.
Thanks. All right, so that is Warren from the Northern Blues. We'll reach over quickly to grab Coach Sandile Bosman from the Southerns. We'll be back with you in just about a minute. All right, and we're now joined by Sandile Bosman, the coach of the Southern Gauteng Lions. We don't use that enough, but they have performed like Lions so far, 4 from 4. When the moments have counted, your team have delivered. But you know there's more to come from them.
Yeah, I'm always expecting more from them. I know that they can give more, so hoping for that to come out today.
Obviously, playing Northern Gauteng, it is the grudge match. It is the Lions versus Bulls. It is the Yaxkay River. I mean, some of us live next door to each other, and you know, I'm from up there as well. It adds an extra little spice.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be exciting. It's a big derby. They got one over us in the last IPT, so we'd like to return the favour.
Yeah, a reminder that it was the final at the last IPT. A bit of new players that didn't play in that tournament here with you. Have you been impressed with the youngsters coming through the system?
Yeah, the youngsters have developed nicely through the whole tournament. They've got themselves in good positions and have built confidence. So hopefully today that's their chance to prove that again.
And if I offered you a squeaky penalty shootout win today, would you take it right now?
We want to win during time.
There we go, you heard it here first. They're going for the win, they're going for the juggernaut. Good luck, Sandile. We'll chat to you afterwards. Right, 60 minutes, 4 quarters, 1 winner. It's coming your way soon. welcome back to Hartleyvale here in the Western Cape. It is the second semi-final. You were just seeing what can only be described as a great team environment in the Southern Gauteng side. We are not going to describe it as anything other than that because I'm not Simon Cowell. But I'm looking forward to this game. Western Province are through to the final that they are hosting. We heard from Juanita Bob's how happy they were. Who will join? Well, we said KZN were the favourites. They didn't get through. Well, Southerns are the favourites here. Is that ominous? Is it a sign? Well, we will see over the next 60 minutes. You with myself, Tyrant, Jabu Barnard, and of course Kurt Surfington. Kurt, you must be stoked after that Western Province game and excited for this one.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, Tyrant, probably been a while since Western Province have appeared in the ladies IPT final. So good in terms of an improvement already since 2019. But focus shifting to this match where we have two really evenly matched teams in terms of the abilities and the balance between youth and experience that both sides possess. And we say that an experienced campaigner, Kim Eubach, delivers an aerial ball which is easily picked up by Erin Kirsty.
It's incredibly Kim Eubach's 21st IPT for the Northern's Blue. 21 IPTs. In fact, she's played more IPTs than many of the youngsters here our age.
That's the reality. It's, she carries the age really well. Still adds massive value, and probably don't see any reason why she shouldn't be playing. She's been rock solid this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, early game, early moments here. Denal van Tak, ex-Namibian international. Of course, she has served the amount of isolation time and is available for selection for a South African position. Of course, she still remains available for the Namibian team should they wish to call her up. She may not accept it, but a very interesting scenario there. And here on the ball is Carmen Smith, a player who also used the PHL a few years back with the Blind River Bunters, it was, to really make a name for herself with some lethal striking at penalty corner time. A very dangerous attacking player at penalty corner time. And with no Lisa Dietler here for Southern Gauteng, they have different options available to them.
Tegan Fourie will be crucial to this northern side. That midfield line along with Nicolita Blanche. We've seen the Southerns team applying plenty of pressure on the Northern's outlet in the early stages of this game. Good turnover ball there from Tamlin Kopp. Kirsten Payton on the ball. Still keeps possession.
Break out there by Xanthi van Sale. She feeds it out wide to Margaret van Wyk. And they pick up something from the youngsters. That's back to Zalfa Stav, a national player. Looking at Kiara Fitzhenry, who scored, and she has hurt herself. That is not a good thing to see. Does it just impact? Possibly. And there is Erin Christie. She lays it off, but intercepted very early. It's always an interesting situation. Erin Christie, of course, the national captain, but not the captain for Southern Gauteng. That honour is number 23, Bernadette Costin. And obviously, we all know Bernie fairly well. Good to see her back on a field at an IPT.
Pretty sure, Tyrant, that Erin will be supporting Bernie along with the likes of Kirsten Payton as a senior player from a leadership perspective. As we see Nicolita Blanche, nice and red, as we know Nikki to be, intercepting that attempted crash ball from Kirsten Payton.
It's a squad just brimming with options and with players of such international exposure. And there's Tamlin Kock, who's played for the SA Emerging team. You've got Robin Johnson, an Olympian, Erin Christie, Bernie Costin. I mean, when you look on paper, Southerns should comfortably be the team to take this game. But fortunately, like we say, hockey, all other sports, is not played on a piece of paper. As we see Malaika Hamza on the screen, the young lady is about to enter the stage, and she has, of course, been a lady who has, for simply no other better words, just completely dominated headlines.
Yeah, dominated at Malika dominated at age group level for a long time, and also part of the national under 21 greater squad. So another opportunity for her, along with the likes of Tamlin Cock, who's also part of that squad, to still stick their hands up for final junior World Cup selection. Ball turned over there, and Northerns in the Southern's off.
Yeah, Kurt, it's a great point you make, because the under 21 side here is obviously not the final team. There is opportunity, they're not past the deadline yet. So players like Malaika Hamza and Tamlin Cock, who were part of the squad, so still available for selection, stand a good opportunity still if they stand up and be counted. And you know, what a way to do it if you do it in a semi-final or final. And that is a good tackle by Bernie Costin, captain, as she denies Annelies Smith the opportunity to get a strike on goal.
Yeah, Bernie working back hard there and making the defensive intervention.
This is Isabella DeRocha, who plays her club hockey over in the UK. She's just come back.
Bernie Costa now on the ball. Southerns inside and Northern's D. Ball being brought up in a composed manner by the Northern Park. Tegan Fourie. Close attention there from Bernie Costin. Tegan comes away with that free hit.
I chatted to Tegan quickly before games, and chatted to her sister Kerrian. Obviously the two wanted to play each other in the final. They now do not want to play each other tomorrow because of the bronze medal. So it's nice to see the sisters supporting one another. And yeah, it looks like Tegan has really grown as a person and as a hockey player since she's moved up from KZN to Pretoria. It's really been a good move, and it's exciting to see how fantastic she's been in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I know. I've watched Tegan's development from youth hockey playing days at KZN youth provincial level, even as an indoor player. Exciting talent, like so many others. And yeah, good. She's in a different environment, will be exposed to different coaching philosophies. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the KZN folk can't wait to get her back when she's done studying at Tux.
They're all offering her jobs already. Of course, she would be, along with the player playing in the counter position for her, Kristen Payton, two players that obviously busy with their studies, but both would be more than good enough to get playing contracts over in the Hoofde Klasse. It would be lovely to see. Of course, it's not so easily that I can just say this and you can go, because people have lives and commitments that they have to honour first. So far, so good in this game. A very tactical game to start. KZN obviously watching from the stands after they lost to Western Province 4-1 in the first semi-final. Of course, in that semi-final, KZN scored early. Here is a chance, a beautiful little move by Margaret van Wyk, and she finishes! What a moment of quality. Inside, outside, upside, downside, goal side. What a moment. That is a massive moment of quality and a massive moment to start this semi-final.
Yeah, ball taking goal there, and Southern's keeper Maps Modipani doing her best to come and make the intervention, but Paul just managing to streak through. Sees Northern State 1-0 lead with just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Kirsten Payton going on one of those weaving runs of hers, still in position.
Yeah, really nice. What I like about Kristen is she was taken out, but she's still got that determination to keep going, to keep pushing and to try and play instead of take the free hit. But this is going to be a great test. We saw in the first game, of course, Raiders scored early, and that meant really nothing in the long scheme of things. So this game has a long way to go, but what a great way to start for the Golden Bulls.
Also, a feature of the Southerns team is that they've always had the ability to respond during the course of this week when it really mattered. And it'll be interesting to see whether they can deliver on that again.
Because if you're looking for top goal scorers from these teams in the tournament so far, Nompilo Tenjwao has got 3 for Southern Gauteng. Benny Costa also with 2 there, and Kiara Fitzhenry from season 3 having 2 for the Northern Blues.
Great ball by Robin Johnson, feeds it into Sylvia van Jaarsveld, who's been tightly marshalled by Kim Eubach. And today slightly different from the northern side, very, very tight defensively in terms of their defensive disciplines. Picking up the southern strikers, you don't want to allow these southern strikers any sort of space.
Very interesting to see the workman-like defence of Northern's, all 11 players back in their quarter. They get the ball and they quickly spread out and give opportunities. It's an approach that is very admirable but requires massive amounts of fitness.
The Northern's team have been really disciplined and impressive in that regard. Haven't really watched all their games this week, but in yesterday's performance as well, against the Under 21s, they just kept plugging away defensively, proactive, not a reactive team. Really disciplined in offensive and defensive responsibilities as a group.
We had the discussion at the start of the first semi-final, Curtis. I asked you which players have stood out for you this week for both KZN and Holland. I'm going to ask you the question again, both Southerns and Northerns. Who stood out for you so far this week?
In the Southerns lineup, you have your national players really sticking their hands up in the Tony Costans, even Tony Marks as we speak on the ball too, who is now going on a good surge upfield. Then coming in to support the finder. And unfortunately, that attempted crash ball then doesn't beat anyone. So getting back to it, the national player Sylvia van Jaarsveld has once again shown a lethal speed, ball carrying abilities, and also an experienced campaigner like Paulo de Roche in the southern side who does all the hard work. Standing. Zalfa Stay winning that ball back there for Northerns. Always cool and calm and doing a normal little spin before she wrong foots her opponent and gets the ball going. On the northern side, Nikita Blanche being really, really smart as she always is in terms of that free player role in front of the defense. Has the ability to shift into the defense when the Northerns decide that they need to play a back four from their back three. But generally, as Coach Sandili Bosman alluded to in the pre-match interview as well, and Coach Sangster too, the younger players in the team have added great value, besides those household names that I mentioned.
Yeah, I've been, as I said earlier in the week on sahockey.co.za, I've been very impressed with Mpilo Tenjwao. I don't think she is one of those goal scorers that's going to pick up the ball in her own half and make her own. This is a beautiful little combination play there by Benny Costin and Robin Johnson. Costin running up the line. She'll look for Van Jaarsveld, who makes the run but cannot control it. Yeah, she's not the type of striker who's going to pick up a ball on the halfway line, go by herself and pull off what we call a Mustafa Kasim. That's not a verb, but it should be. She's the kind of player who's going to score a lot of goals through positioning, and I really enjoy that in a striker, is the positioning. As we see more great pressure by Southerns.
Yeah, I've always said, and I agree that that is the strength in what she's brought to her team. And we see Northerns with an opportunity once again. Unfortunately, by judge that is a collision of sticks there. So when selecting my group of forwards as a coach, I've always been of the strong opinion that you need to have forwards that they all offer something different. They have different strengths. You need to complement one another, and that is probably where she adds value in the Southern's team.
Yeah, we saw one of her goals. I mean, it was a goal scored because she reacted to something else that shot. As the first quarter comes to an end, a very attritional game so far. We spoke to Coach Warren Sangster at the top, and we spoke about the fact that there are a lot of players absent and missing. Obviously, you can just think of out of the top of your mind, see Serrani, the movement of Pumalelo and Banda. But also, if you go into the SA under-21 side, the likes of Edith Madikwe, you're looking at Henry Lowe, you're looking at Ontatile Zulu. So they're missing quite a number of players. Jean Nida Toy, yet they have been competitive and they're leading an IPT semi-final.
Yeah, so that being said, also very impressive. It just shows the depth that they have as a province. But similarly, with all due respect, you've got Sangster and Southerns could probably say the same. Western province. But still impressive as a group.
We'll be back with you in the second quarter in the next few minutes. We're back. There's a little bit of background noise. Don't worry, it's not a generator. It is just somebody pumping up their tire. Yes, they use a full generator to do that down here in the Western Cape. Alright, an interesting first quarter. Very attritional. I like that word, so it's always fun to say. Southerns looking to be more dominant in possession, but an absolute moment of quality in that first quarter was ultimately the difference. And it was a moment that Margaret van Wyk will watch on the video stream again later. She'll make videos of it, she'll post it on TikTok, and it'll become part of her CV, especially if they go forward and win this game. The second quarter starts very much in the same way as the first. Southerns looking for a gap, Northerns defending superbly.
Great pick up there, long ball from the Zalfa Stair. Opportunity, and it's a second goal for the Northerns Blues.
The Northern Blues are writing notices here. They are writing press releases. They're making my job a lot easier later because they are producing an absolutely superb performance here. As we get the opportunity to think with the sound going off, it's another moment of great quality. We saw yesterday against the under-21s, they were under the cosh for a long time. Lots of pressure going their way. It was looking very, very testy for them. At times, in fact, it looked like it was a matter of time before the under-21 scored. Tamlin Clock with a purposely faked dummy there. And she gets a long ball. And yet, when it counted, they made sure that they took the goal. And that's really the hallmark of their game. And it gives them a 2-0 lead in the semi-final against the juggernaut Southerns.
Yes, could agree with that comment there, Taran. They've had two opportunities and they've banked both of them. And it was similar to my post-match discussion with the SA Under-21 coach Lenice Marie yesterday, who bemoaned all the opportunities that her team had, yet the Northern side had one clear cut opportunity and they capitalised.
And here's another chance. The ball does get in. but very good defending by Alex Kavanagh. Denies it. Here's Sylvia van Jaarsveld. She knows how to run with the ball on the stick. The Crusaders striker. And she just gives the ball into the back of Nicoline to Blanche. Of course, we see Nicoline take a ball to the head before and still want to get up and carry on playing. She is an incredibly tough competitor. And that quick little overhead offering a chance here for the Northerns again. But good defending this time by Hayley Kilfoyle.
Northerns definitely with their tails up now, and an important period of this game here for Southerns. They just need to settle after conceding that second goal. Still enough time in this match for Southerns to get back in it.
Tamlin Cock intercepting but giving it straight back to Zelfa Stash. She's a really good player. You don't want to be giving her too much easy ball. She has a free cheer. Northern's looking to add to the scoreline and put Southerns in a position of massive trouble here. Mpilo Tenjwayo, she picks it up. Can she pick up Van Jaarsveld? She passes it through after a body check. And Donal van Tok take the risk of a card there, but got away with it.
Yeah, Donal skating on proverbial thin ice there. But Southerns in Paulo de Rocha on the ball. Plays a bit of a disguised pass in to the Northerns D. And unfortunately a teammate can't get on the end of that.
It looks like the rain is starting to come in softly, adding to the dynamic here, as Cape Town can do to you. Can give you heat, can give you lightning as we had earlier this week, can give you a great hockey challenge. But what a great situation, what a great tournament, what a great venue this is. And Malaika Hamza looking to add her name to the name of great players that have walked on the surface before. Nicoline Blanche, of course, she's played many test matches here, so she knows the ground. It might be like a home ground for her. Here's KP. Great ball to pick up Costin. Costin looking, lays it off to DeRocha. She drives in, and there's a touch by Tenjwayo. I think she's got it. She does exactly what we said. Right place, right time. She is the proverbial, what is that word? The sniper. She's in the right spot. The poacher. The poacher. Beautiful touch. Perfect touch. No chance for Amelie Klaassen in the goal. And it is 2-1. Game on.
Yeah. So really well taken goal there, and brings the Southerns team back into this contest. Northern still lead by single goal.
Kim Humbach under all sorts of pressure here. Can she pick up the escape? She hasn't. KP picks it up. If she can pick up a pass, it's 4-on-2. Sylvia! Oh, that was a massive opportunity for Southerns. 4-on-2, and opportunity wasted there. It remains 2-1 with about halfway through the second chaka. Kim Humbach showing her experience, just showing it, slowing it down, not showing it down.
Lots of pressure coming from this Southerns team now. Northerns uncharacteristically giving the ball away too easily. See Bernie Costin with the traditional infield cut from the outside channel.
She really is fantastic with that infield cut. She's Bells de Rocha covering. And some unforced errors there from Emery Steenkamp allows Southerns another opportunity to mount the pressure. Northerns have been good value in their performance so far, but they are inviting a bit too much pressure on. But Tenjwayo can't control it, and they offer Kim Humbach an opportunity to get the team out. It's quite noticeable that we are staring mostly at the right side of the park right now. Tegan Fourie is going to do her best to try and change that. She picks up his Alpha Star. She lays it up the line. But the lack of control hurting, and another chance for Southerns to launch an attack to get back into this game and to level terms. Robert Johnson on the ball. Alex Kavanagh overrunning it and getting herself into trouble and allowing Northerns a chance, and opportunity missed again. Circle entry not used, and that's not a great tackle. It is a great tackle.
Yeah, good tracking back there. And another ball floated into the D. Bernie Costin showing her awareness, even though she's a midfield player, probably right in line with the deepest defender to clean up that ball that was threaded through into the Southern's D.
It's always an interesting dynamic because a lot of these players who played for the national team, like Bernie and Erin, when we go and play on the national stage, obviously you play a lot more of a defensive brand, and a lot of them are trialed and tribulated and experienced on playing a counter-attacking brand of hockey. And then you come here and you're a Southern's team who are dominant and you have to play on the front foot. Not to say it's that difficult, but it's just different from what you're necessarily used to. As here goes a good ball to KP, who picks out Malika Hamza, shows hands, looks for the pass, but first showed an obstruction in denying it. Not sure if it went over onto her back stick or not, but yeah, I think we're getting half chances here for Southerns. Not really full chances, but lots of half chances, and one or two of them will come good at some point, so Northerns will want to stop those. Here is national skipper Erin Christie.
Yeah, so interestingly, on the outlet already, Southerns resorting to a bit of a tactic I've seen with some of their men's sides, speak under correction, but leaving their three strikers all the way high, creating a lot of height and keeping the Southerns defenders in their own final third.
It's an interesting tactic, but it relies on, unless you're going to play route one, it relies on your midfield, your centre of the park really dominating, and you see they get back when they lose the ball. Do Northerns have, I mean, it's undoubtedly their strength with Nicolene, Azal and Tegan, in that they have the personnel to play that game plan, but it's obviously not something that all teams could do.
No, definitely. It's just obviously it depends on how you're going to get the ball to those players that are creating that height that far up the field. Probably got to do well in your midfield build-up, or whether you're going to be bypassing your midfield. I don't think Kim Eubach can throw an aerial over 60 meters.
Could be a great weapon if she could. There's Baldarasha. And Azal loses the ball. Here's KP. Good tackle there. She's still got it. Another good tackle.
Two good jabs from Thando Chiti. And like I said in the early game, an underused defensive skill, but she proves it's very effective.
Yeah, very good work there by Thando Chiti. And when you're playing a player of Kristen Payton's quality, to be able to do something like that and something different, you can't take her on one-on-one, so you got to throw something little curved in there because catch her off, and she did.
Yeah, no, that was really good to see.
Lots of unforced errors happening right now in the game. It's the pressure of a semi-final, the pressure of a grandstand. In fact, you've got traffic going past, you've got people in the stand. It's not that full, obviously, because of COVID restrictions, but it makes a difference, and that was sore onto the shin of Malika Hamza. Yeah, a game. If the first game in the first semi-final was all about Western Province's quality and about getting the tactics spot on, then this game has been all about the tactical errors and the moments of individual brilliance.
Definitely two different types of semis that we have here, and could be the fact that it's a derby too, local derby. These teams know each other pretty well. Kristen Payton finding himself in space.
Yeah, you also add to that there is, for each and every player in these big games now, there is an extra bit of pressure. We'll talk about this more now. Tamlin Cox, she drives in.
Tamlin well managed there by Kim Eubach, using her experience.
Yeah, just using her experience to not give away the penalty corner there. because so many players would have gone through the player. She made sure she went round, touched the ball. Very, very good tactic to do. We see too many players give it away, and they are able to get out. But shere's another chance. So Fanyasol makes the space. She's looking, and a little touch that goes for a long corner. I was alluding to the fact that it's an area, a time that there's a lot of pressure on these players in a different way, aspirational pressure, because the next 9 months of international hockey is massive. You have Indoor Hockey World Cup in Belgium, as Lausanne Janssen van der Vuuren gets a free hit. You have the African Cup in Ghana. You have the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and hopefully a World Cup in Holland and Spain, all in the space of 9 months. These players are looking to convince the selectors that they are right and they should be chosen. And that aspirational pressure is also on them, as well as tournament pressure.
Definitely, Taran, it's a difficult balancing act, for lack of a better term. But I'm sure that these provincial coaches with all these teams would have us assured that their players are focused on doing well for their provinces first and foremost.
And I mean, I do a disservice. We know that these players, I can guarantee that there's not a player on the park right now playing with the thought of international selection only.
Yeah. Hopefully that's at the back of the mind.
Yeah, hopefully it's there somewhere. You want it there somewhere, but it's the drive right now is for provincial glory. Northern's tasted it 2 years ago, the most recent IPT. They are the defending champions when they beat Southerns in the final via penalty shootout after Southerns dominated the tournament. So Southerns, of course, won it in 2018. Who will be the 2021 champions? Will it be Western Province, Southern Gauteng, or the Northern Blues? And that is halftime. A fantastic half if you are in the blue, the Pretoria side of the Yuxke. If you shout for the Bulls, if Mornay is someone that stains your heart, then this was a great heart for you. But if you are an Elton Janchis fan, Faf de Klerk is how you design your hair, and you prefer yellow over blue, you're a Southerns, you're a Joe Burger. It wasn't the best half yet, but you never know. The City of Gold loves to make a late stand. We'll see you for the second half in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Am I looking at the camera or you?
It's half time in the second semi-final, and it is the Northern Blues 2-1 up. But I thought I'd grab someone who has a fair bit of experience at big tournaments. Phumelela, obviously, you've just come back from Tokyo, the Olympics as big as it gets. How important is an IPT in your arsenal as well?
I mean, I think an IPT is probably the most important because this is where we identify talent. This is where it starts for everyone who ends up at an Olympic Games, and I think it's crucial in terms of developing or seeing the type of hockey that we're trying to develop in South Africa. There's a brand of hockey we're trying to play. It starts at these tournaments, and yeah, I think it's awesome.
I mean, we as the hockey community were incredibly proud of that special moment in Tokyo where you were asked to be the flag bearer. Has that hit home yet with you, that you carried South Africa's flag in the opening ceremony of an Olympic Games?
Every time I think about it, I keep thinking it's a little bit of a scam. Like I'm going to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, actually none of it happened. It was incredible, it was crazy, and I think it was such a huge honour, not just for myself, but for the hockey community as well, for females in sports in South Africa. I think it's great to be able to put ourselves out there and represent and show young girls and young black girls, young boys out there that any dream is possible. You just need to go out there and have yourself a time.
All right, they look like they want to get started and they're just waiting for us. But, Pums, I'm going to make you put your head on the block. You are Northern's own old girl, but who's going to win this game?
Hockey's going to win.
You heard it here. Hockey is the winner. Here comes the second half. Hope you're enjoying it at home.
Third quarter underway here with Northerns holding a slender 2-1 lead against Southerns. Kirsten Payton aggressively stepping to win the ball back from Azalveste inside the D. Great ball played across the face, and once again it is that player, Mpilo Tenjwayo, in the correct position to play a simple tap-in on the far post. Well controlled reverse stick pass going across the face there, and it's level pegging in this second semi-final. The ideal start that Sandile Bosman would have wanted from his team. Robin Johnson working hard. Fortunately, Northerns get the sideline free. Donal van Tak restarts all the way out to Kim Ubach, looking for Tegan Fourie in that midfield role. Tegan getting the transfer across to the other side of the field. And pressure applied by Erin Kirsty. So good start there for Southerns. Back in this game. Paulo Rocha, ever industrious. Kim Ubach with a great step there. Gets the ball up into space. Really good defensive intervention there from Lazaan Janssen van Vieren. And Southerns players appealing that it should be their free hit, but umpire Liani van der Merwe judging it to be a Northern's ball. Northern's not in a comfortable position, being pressed really high in that corner. Kim Ubach using that long Erebus, getting the ball out. Southerns back in possession.
Yeah, perfect timing for a goal. If you are the Southerns coach, Southerns fans, you know, it just swings you right into momentum. 2 goals in 15 minutes can change a game, obviously, and 2-2 is a much more comfortable scoreline than a 2-0. Both leading and trailing, it seems, these days. But here goes Southern's Kristen Payton getting more and more impactful. Oh, and she almost picks up Nompilo again there, who's looking for a third. Northerns have played fairly deep since they went 2-0 up. I'd like to see them possibly just keeping that higher line a little bit, getting their midfield, Tegan Ferrie, Nicoline Blanche's Alpha Stag, getting them a little bit more on the ball. You see Tegan trying to stay close, or Kim Hubach trying to stay close to Kristen Payton, knowing how dangerous she can be, as we saw when she set up the second goal.
Tempted one touch down the line by Erin Christie, but then unfortunately Northern just lose the ball again. Southern's, interestingly, a tactic that worked very well for them in midfield throughout the week, getting players like Bernie Costin into those wide positions, even Erin Christie, Kirsten Payton by moments. They just have this ability to keep interchanging. And cause a lot of damage when they receive the ball in these wide areas, especially Costin, who's got that ability to cut infield from the left or from the right.
A little bit of a calmness over the stadium now, but quiet right now as people decide who's going to make the next big move. Kimmy Bach finds Nicoline Blanche. Here's Denel van Taak driving to the baseline, putting it in, but Kristen Payton, who's all over the park right now, she picks up Sylvia van Jaarsveld, cuts inside, the one-handed run, very good, but very good defense there by Northerns, not letting her get onto an easy tomahawk strike, forcing her wide and cutting it out, and almost getting a chance to break themselves.
Yeah, good defensive work there from the Northerns players, two of them working together quite hard, not allowing Sylvia to take her eyes off from that ball, get down on the ball, and unable to unleash that feared tomahawk shot of hers. Tamlin Cock now on the ball, wins the free hit. Northerns come away with through the North and Talk. See Marguerite van Wyk, always willing to go forward when she can. This time chooses to hold possession as there wasn't enough support ahead of her.
They could do with another moment of Marguerite magic to get another goal like she scored that first one. They're in good possession here though. Here's Kiara Fitzhenry. Oh, and this will be a penalty corner for Northerns. A good little touch there from Kutlwano May. Puts it onto the foot of Carmen Smith, and they get the penalty corner.
If I'm correct, then this is the first penalty corner.
Yeah.
Yes. So Kim Hubach, also renowned for her ability to score off the top with a drag flick. I've seen her in a position this week where the ball has slipped off the castle through Tegan Fourie, and she'd pick it up from that position. And it's played that way.
They've gone the Kim Hubach way, and it's a fairly straightforward, easy save there for Matsapo Modipane. Not enough venom on that flick for that to be troublesome at all.
Megan Vosloo looking for the crash ball in, and does take a touch of a Southern's player inside the circle, so Northerns have a long corner again.
So Northern's having a nice bit of position in the right part of the field for them. Southern's defending very well. As you look into the circle now, there's very little Northern's presence there. So it will require a pinpoint ball, and that's not going to do it, and Southerns have an opportunity to get out. Yeah, it was a very, very encouraging start to the game from the Pretoria-based side. They just allowed a little bit too much possession in the middle of the park, and if you allow players like Kristen Payton, Bernie Costin onto too much ball, they will punish you. They're slowly getting their way back into the game now, but here is a chance as Bernie Costin goes on one of her slalom runs that wouldn't be a miss in the Winter Olympics on the snow. She is stopped illegally so by Nicolene Blanche, and Kristen Payton has a chance to stop, look at the ball, turn around, look at the mountain, and now go and make sure she goes far first. She does that. She gets in. She does a wonderful trick, but it's so good that it bamboozles both the opponents and herself and goes out for a 16. She is a prodigiously talented young lady, is Kristen Payton. Arguably one of the finest talents we've seen in the country. And yeah, it's really, she really is. You know, we talk a lot about Mo Stafford, Diane and Billy and Tuli, but before we do, Mpilo Tinjwao looking but not finding anything. We speak a lot about that attacking threat to the men's team, but Kristen Payton in full flight is an absolutely sensational hockey player to watch.
Yes, couldn't agree with you more, Taran. And last thing is, in the national setup, when you have the likes of a Kristen Payton and Cornita Bob side by side, two of the most skillful midfielders in the country at present, it's quite a nice combination to have. And you see that ball not being fielded well. Lazan stepping up there, and she makes the intervention. Getting Christie in that wide position again, which is used in midfield sometimes. Driving up, using the speed on the outside. Southerns haven't won a PC yet. It was scrapped there on the keeper's pads.
And that ball is somehow kept out. Still, I'm not really sure what happened, how there was no blow at all there at any point, but it was well umpired. All the players played along, and it was an interesting moment there as KP tackled herself off the park. Northern's just looking to get a little bit more possession back up the pitch, and a moment like that will assist. I'm not really sure how Southerns didn't manage to score there. They seem to have time and opportunities, and they just didn't put it away.
Yeah, quite a few sticks involved in that melee there, including the goalkeeper's pads. Yeah, as you say, that Northern's back up in the other end of the pitch. Good work there along the baseline, and really good work there by Alexandra Kavanagh.
Also another player who has played for South Africa at indoor hockey, couple of caps, and her long-time boyfriend will be playing for Namibia at the Indoor Hockey World Cup. There's Robin Johnson, another indoor hockey player, and she passes it to Erin. It is often weird seeing Erin play more in the middle, being more of a defender in the national setup, but she seems to play with an enjoyment of freedom when she plays in the middle that is pleasant to watch.
Yeah, I was actually chatting to a day or two ago about this newfound role in a wide midfield position, and she says typical Erin, she'll do whatever's best for the team. And as we see Bernie going down the right, Malika Hamza unfortunately been able to take control of that pass.
It hasn't quite clicked today for Malika Hamza just yet. She's not quite on that same wavelength. Her and Bernadette running some fantastic lines, but just not connecting, which the Northerns are definitely, I think, quite appreciative of. Here is the superb Isel Verster. Of course, remember, Northern's also missing the likes of Marizine Murray, who's on an exemption. Oh, the numbers are immense, but what a great thing. Yeah, if you had offered them 45 minutes into the semi-final of IPT being level with Southerns, I don't think they would say no to that. Who will be the player to stand up and make themselves count? Will it be Kristen Payton? She looks inside. Hamza lays it back. Sylvia van Jaarsveld's there looking for a gap. She goes round and fires it just narrowly wide.
Great work there by Sylvia, looking to create space for herself, stayed in movement with the ball, changing her angle and still managing to get that shot across there. Just about 2 minutes remaining in this game. As I said in previous matches, worst time to concede a goal would be in the last 2 minutes of a chukker.
Yeah, especially the third chuck. I think it's one of those times. And here's a chance. Kristen Payton, as she's won herself a penalty corner. This is a big, big moment now. Will we go to a Kristen Payton drag flick? Will we go to a slip to Bernie Costin? What are we going to do? What are we going to see from this? You know, a goal now, it could be massive. It gives you all the momentum into the final chukker. Gives you all the belief. This is a massive moment for Amelie Klaassen and her defenders. Can they keep the Southern Army at bay?
Yeah, Lausanne Janssen van Vieren's been pretty effective with the slap off the top. Either going direct or looking for the runners. And there we go.
She's done it. You called it. Not just the commentator. Coach Kurt, what are the lotto numbers going to be tonight?
As I've said prior to this week, I'm not a gambling man, Taran. You're on your own there.
To be fair, I don't even know if there is a lotto on the Friday night. I'm sure someone will tell us on the YouTube comments eventually. Southerns have turned it around. 2-0 down, 3-2 up. And another moment of making your opportunities count. Van Jaarsveld was credited with the goal, getting the touch before it went in and making it basically unsavable for Amelie Klaassen. And here is the skipper, Bernie Costin, running up the line, cutting inside, showing a bit too much but carrying on with the ball, and she gets it, and we are going to see a card here. Green for Nicoline to Blanche. "30 seconds left. Can Southerns make it 4? Can they take advantage here?" Here's KP. Kristen Payton getting inside, finding space, and she looks to drive, and it comes across. Good defensive touch there by Tegan Fourie, getting it outside. Nicoline to Blanche sitting on the bench for a little 2-minute timeout, reflecting on her life and the decisions she has made so far. Driven in by Lausanne Janssen van Vieren. Now, you don't see that many crash balls driven from so far anymore in the game of hockey. It's a lot more around the back, but such a dangerous thing if that ball's flying in at pace. One touch can change everything.
I've spoken about the prowess of Carmen Smith, who's not generally a really good hitter of the ball over distance. Lausanne Janssen van Vieren showing that she's got that ability as well. And always good to see defenders with that ability to hit balls over 30-40 meters. But yeah, as we come to the end of the third quarter of the second ladies semi-final, Southerns coming from 2 goals down to take a 3-2 lead. Still enough time for Northerns to get back into this game, but they will start the final quarter of this match a player down, albeit only for another minute after Nicoline de Blanche was given a green card.
1 quarter left. 15 minutes for somebody to put their name up in headlights, to somebody to trend on social media, for someone to light this game up, or for someone to do the opposite and pull an ESCOM. We'll find out who is going to be in the final and join Western Province in the next 15 minutes, who will shine on a day where Juanita Bobs has led her team already. Right now, as it stands at Southerns, and here is another card for Northerns. It is yellow. The challenge is getting even harder as she will join Nicolene to Blanche on the bench for about 30 seconds. Can Southerns make this count?
Nicolene to Blanche back on the field now. Southern, Northern still one player down.
Hayley Kilfoyle looking to pick up Robin Johnson, who doesn't control, and Northerns have a chance. They may want to just eat up some time, eat up this yellow card, save themselves for a last 5 minutes full on assault.
Yeah, one of the important things for me from a coaching perspective is that what Coach Warren probably a bit aggrieved by that yellow card. We're not sure what the reason therefore was, but still have enough time. It's no need to get desperate with 13 and a half minutes remaining on the clock.
So, okay, as a coach, you 1 goal down. At what point, and I know it's different per every game, but at what kind of time would you start looking at pulling the keeper and going for it?
Well, we saw in the previous game, with Coach Baker, he had 3 goals he had to make up, and he sort of went for broke. He went with about probably just under 4 minutes on the clock. I'd probably look at about a 3-minute period remaining in the game.
And for those thinking, man, that's just crazy, the extra player is a massive thing. We've seen it count for Germany in massive games. We've seen the Dutch do it in very successfully, and of course South African men were famous for doing it when Rhett Halkett would be your what would you call it, your sweeper, and arguably sometimes even better than our keepers in that role. Here's Erin. She looks to put it in, and good work by Tegan Fourie allows them to get an escape here, and just again eat up more time on that yellow card.
Nikita Blanche forced to go out into defense now on this outlet. See Tando Chiti couldn't hold on to that ball. Kirsten Payton back on it. Good defensive intervention from Nikita Blanche. Alpha Stay, unfortunately not been able to regather the ball, but once again great tracking back from Kirsten Payton, who now finds Bernie Costin. Tony Marks going into the T-point zone. She picks the ball up and plays it across, but the umpire not happy with the defensive intentions there of the Northerns player, and Southerns win their 2nd penalty corner of the match. So 1 from 1 thus far for Southerns from a conversion perspective. Carmen Smith on the park now, who has scored.
You called the last one. Zahn is not up there now.
I'm looking at Carmen to go straight, unless they're going to back Tony on the first castle, who can flick.
Gone for Carmen. It comes to Nompilo, who's on a hat-trick. Oh, and Tony does get a strike, but Klaasen makes a save. Fires it a little bit wide. Here's Tegan Fourie. She looks to her, hand it up. She finds a teammate now, Nicolene to Blanche. And again, the yellow card is just about done.
Yeah, similar to Conita Bobs in the previous game, Bernie Costin always involved, leading by example as the captain of the Southerns team, being inspirational as a leader for her teammates this week. And uncharacteristic turnover there by the Southerns defense. Just under 11 minutes remaining in this game. Still enough time for Northerns to get back into it.
Yeah, if I was Coach Warren Sangster at this point in time, I wouldn't panic just yet. You're 1 goal down, that's fine. Just don't go 2 goals down. And Kim Humbach making up for it, intercepted pass with a deflection, but Bernie Costin is there. And his Alpha Stayer gets there straight away. Really good counter, reactionary defending there. Here goes Kristen Payton once again, looking sublime in her decision making and her play, and just the end product not quite there today so far for KP, but she did of course create the goal that pulled the game level with a beautiful cross to Nompilo Tenjwayo, who put it in for her 5th of the tournament.
I see Bernie Costin thinking she was going to get a well-deserved break, but she's been waved back on.
No, that was all the break Sunday's going to give her. Yeah, is 2-goal scorer Tenjwayo on the ball. Looking good. The Wanderers Club's superstar.
Bella de Rocha staying in it all the way. Great ball through for Nikita Blanche. And we have an opportunity here for the Northerns team. And who else but Kirsten Payton?
She's everywhere. She really is everywhere. She's got an incredible work engine. She is super in terms of her desire and her intensity. And Bells de Rocha showing some great composure there. Oh, I thought that was missed for a second.
Yeah, and Bernie gets a break, and on comes a very able replacement in Robin Johnson.
Yeah, I'm waiting for as she goes down to Coach Sandile. They have a word with one another. He says, "Don't sit down, warm up. You're going back on." Here's Erin Christie. She looks inside. She finds that superstar KP. Takes on 3 players. Still has it. Goes in. Drives in. Creates a gap. This will be a penalty corner. Legs taken out in the run. Kiara Fitzhenry is the player adjudged to have taken her down. And once again, KP did try her best to stay on her feet and get to the ball. But, even Superman stops flying sometimes.
Yeah, Northern's just allowing her too much space and being able to drive for about 20 meters, and not the smartest tackles, just inside their own circle. You see Carmen Smith up there again.
Tamlin Cook.
Yeah, could be something different.
Nah, going straight. Carmen Smith.
Oh,
very good saves there by Millie Claassen. The first one, obviously a fairly straightforward save, but the second one, the instinctiveness of getting the hand up there, very good. You can tell a keeper is very good by the instinctive saves that they make. Carmen Smith fires it for Kristen Payton, but she is unable to take the chance, and she looks to the heavens to ask why. But it remains 3-2, and we are halfway through this quarter. At this point in time, it's still a titanic battle of chess. Who will blink first? As Margaret van Wyk looks, she goes inside. Emery Steenkamp. But Alex Kavanagh at hand there. Erin Christie now looking to line up the line. Tries to play Bells de Rocha, but she doesn't have the legs for that one. Northern Blues looking to get back into this. They recently had that Galaxy League. Are they looking for something out of this world to bring them back? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just something more simple. Malaka Hamza on the ball. She turns inside Tegan Fourie. Superb dribbling there. She continues her run and she picks up Bells de Rocha's ball. Who's with her? She looks for Bells de Rocha, but this time they're not on the same wavelength, and it gives Northerns the chance. So, 6.5 minutes left. It remains a 1-goal. Southerns not overly pressing forward. Northerns have been happy to kind of keep the scoreline at this point, but you almost feel like a Rassie Erasmus kind of moment is going to come here, and Coach Warren Sangster is going to say, right, now go for it. And that obviously will open up the risk of conceding, but it'll take this game all the way up the other side as Tegan Fourie wins the ball there with a foot. Can they make it count? They can do it. They've kept in this game. They showed early. They've got players who can score in the right moments. They just need to get some possession up the field, and they need to make sure they don't concede. That would be option number one. Don't concede for the next 3 minutes and launch an all-out attack and go for it. And maybe win it in normal time. Maybe back yourself in showdowns where they won the title 2 years ago. Denel van Tonk misses. Here's Hamza. Wonderful hands, but easily read that time. Here's to Blanche. Not on the same wavelength there this time with Zanti van Zyl, the scorer of the second goal. Carmen Smith fires it down.
Good tackle. Good intercept by Denel van Tonk. She follows up, continues down the side, and unfortunately Marguerite van Wyk can't get onto the end of that one.
Of course, Denel van Tonk did play at an Indoor Hockey World Cup for Namibia. Was hoping to try and make the Indoor Cup. She's in the South African greatest squad for the Indoor World Cup in February. Now, so it would be an amazing story playing for two separate countries. We see it a lot at cricket level. That ball gets through fairly easily. And it is a long corner. So, 5 minutes left. Now, Northerns, this is your opportunity. Build some pressure. Take it. Will Southerns be able to keep them at bay? Good little run is Alpha Stash. She gets in, and it is stick, not foot. And there goes Sylvia van Jaarsveld. She looks for Hamza, but they don't connect, and the Northern Blues train will come back.
Yeah, Coach Warren Sangster and his team fully convinced that should have been a penalty corner, but the umpire not budging there.
Yeah, I always find it simple up here in the commentary box to just look at players' body languages, and the coach may have thought it was, but the players didn't. Whoa! And there was a great ball through, and Hamza almost getting to it.
Yeah.
Had she got that, that would have been a very difficult save for Amelie Klaassen. Right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 minutes left of the semi-finals. Northerns need a goal here. At what point will they pull the keeper? What point will Coach Warren Sangster throw everything but the kitchen sink at it? He may even throw the kitchen sink. He may even go rent a Baldwin property so he has an extra kitchen sink to throw at it. But we will know that in the next 3 minutes. Can Southerns hold out? Will they look for another goal? It's Northerns on the ball now. They are in the Southerns half. 3.5 minutes left. Tegan Fourie, who has had an outstanding tournament so far. She looks to drive in. Looks to a bit of space. Malika Hamza tries to take her. Erin Christie tries to take her. All of the Southerns players are trying to tackle her, but you can't tackle her. Not like that. She gets the ball into the circle. It falls to Van Zyl. Reverse the gun into goal! Wait. The umpires are referring. They're talking. The umpires are talking. This is a big moment. It's gone up to the voices in their heads. There is no TMO here. It is a goal. It is 3-3. What a moment of quality. Coach Warren Sangster and his team have played this to perfection in this quarter. Hold back. Make sure you're in it and strike at the right moment. We are heading to the final 3 minutes. Can one of these teams make themselves the hero? Or what is going to happen? Are we going to get a shot down? Here's another chance. But it's hit her foot. Whoa.
What drama here, Taren, and Northerns kept plugging away. And you see that Southerns now going for it. Great ball to Tony Box. She's got Nompilo inside the circle. Tony probably going to look for a penalty corner if she can.
Yeah, you want to get Nompilo on that ball in the circle, but she doesn't. And here's a breakaway for the Northerns. Arm to arm with Erin Christie. That's not an easy thing to do, and some great strength shown. And all of a sudden, the sting is in the tail for the Northerns. Can they go through and get another one here? Zanti van Zyl, the goal scorer, she's got a brace. Can she be the hero?
Yeah, personally probably disappointed that my prediction of Coach Sangster not pulling his goalkeeper with 3 minutes didn't happen. but they managed to score just before the 3 minutes arrived.
Yeah, he was gonna. I think he was telling, and then they scored. So you got away with this one. 1 minute 43 seconds left. What a Yuxkay derby game this has been. Northern started outstandingly well. Southern's owned the middle of the game, kind of like Max Verstappen owns the middle sector on every racetrack this year. And then, of course, the sting in the tail. The Lando Norris kind of finished there by the Northern Blues. 1 minute 23 seconds. Is there a chance for one of these players to become South Africa's next idol? I mean, at least on a hockey field. We will know very soon. But here is Erin Christie trying to create some space. There's Kristen Payton, who has been sensational today. She wins her foot. 1 minute left. She wants the ball. Someone give her the ball.
And she's leaving the ball to Kirsty.
And she's not back on the ball as the pass goes astray. We have 50 seconds. Is there one last chance in this game? Is this like a Michael Jordan, the last dance moment? I mean, maybe not, because most of these players are fairly young. But will somebody create one last chance here? A bit physical there, and Erin Christie will find herself in the sin bin. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been entertained to the nth degree here today. Thanks to the ladies on the park, but of course you are watching, and thanks to Four Ways Online, Buildup Sports, and ES Media Live. And don't worry, if these last 15 seconds don't give us a goal, the stream's going nowhere. We'll be here as we take you through the agony, the ecstasy of a shootout. Because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it is a tie. 3, Northern's 3, Southern's 3. It's going to shootouts. Whew. What a game. What a game. What it's a quintessential derby match that it had everything. The Northerns were the best team in the first 20 minutes. Southerns were the best team for the next half an hour, but Northerns finished strong. And I would say on balance of play, probably a fair result being a draw.
Yeah, these two teams never fail to disappoint when they come up against one another at these events. Very, very interesting in terms of the way things panned out. But Northerns, after being 2 players down for a period during that final quarter, kept plugging away at it and presented with an opportunity after some good work by Tegan Fourie from a free hit outside the southern circle, which allowed them to equalize and take this game to should I say dreaded showdown for some players.
It was always interesting when you get to showdowns. I remember when I did coach and when I did play, I was never the star player, but when it came to shootouts, I was always given either the first or the last one, because I wasn't phased by the moment. And often you look at your star players and you're like, they must take this. But sometimes it's not about the star player, it's just about the player who's the most calm, cool, collected under pressure. You know, there's always a moment. Unfortunately, somebody is always the hero, somebody's always the villain. We'll focus on the hero because that's what we're like here. But somebody has a chance to make this moment their own, and another player will look back at this and be frustrated. One of these two teams, either the 2018 champions or the 2019 champions, will know in 5 shootouts time if they are taking on the 2011 champions Western Province. 10 years, huh? 10 years.
Yeah, so getting back to the shifting focus away from Western Province, it has been it's never easy, and I couldn't agree with you more. As coaches, you probably want to select players for these showdowns from an offensive perspective who are composed when having to perform the skills to score the goals, and probably you expect the same from your goalkeeper in terms of preparing for this.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be with you in a little bit now for the shootouts. Grab your whiskey, a gin, whatever it is that takes you through the next 5-10 minutes. All right, so here we go. It is shootouts. Northerns will go first. First lady up is Izal Fasta, national player, and she is taking on Motsepo Modipani. Here she goes. Fasta holds it. Modipani doesn't commit too soon. She commits at the right time, and it is a good save. I think Fasta just pushed it a little bit right and allowed the space to be dominated by Modipani there, and very, very good goalkeeping to close that space.
Yeah, Maps did really well to stay in and stay in the fit. Didn't commit too easily. Azal unfortunately getting the ball too close to her body. And up next we see Southern's captain Bernie Costin.
Amelie Klaassen does make the save, but of course remember you've got the full 8 seconds, and Bernie was awake to it and made sure that she put in the rebound. Not much Klaassen could have done on the rebound. Maybe should have tried to get that first save to move out away. Right, here is Margaret van Wyk, who scored a wonderful goal in the game. She's going quite slow, not giving herself rebound time, and she showed too much of the ball. And Motsepo Modipani makes the save. It's a big moment as the star of the show, Kristen Payton, walks up to the ball.
Yeah, Marguerite trying something different there to get the ball aerial, and unfortunately the skill application didn't follow through there.
Oh, KP goes for the early shot. Amelie Klaassen makes the save, and the ball just rebounds too far. Means the door stays open for Tegan Fourie to pull it goal back here. To pull it back level 1-1. Can they do it? Tegan has, of course, been superb for the tournament so far. She takes on Motsepo Modipani. Modipani, who has been wonderful in the goals so far. Here we go, Tegan Fourie. Modipani. Tegan goes wide. She throws the tomahawk, but Modipani read it. It was like she had read this book before. I mean, they spent a lot of time together in camp last year during COVID, and it shows there as Modipani dives the right way and keeps it 1-0.
Yeah, very impressive there. Up next, Southerns.
It looks like it is Lasagna and Van Feren, and she's going to go with the straight poke. A la Lisa Dietlefs there. It was like Lisa reincarnated. I know Lisa's probably watching, and then obviously Lisa's not anywhere that she needs to be reincarnated. But yeah, traditional. And what it means is it is 2-0 to Southerns, and this goal has to go in from Emera Steenkamp. Steenkamp must score this, otherwise it is game over and Southerns are in the final. Here goes Steenkamp. All the pressure in the world. Can she take Modipani? She does the first touch, and it will be a retake. It will be a retake as the sticks got tangled. So get back on the edge of your seat. If you fell off the edge of your seat, get back up and go back to the edge, because it's time to do it again. Steenkamp, Modipani, take 2.
Yeah, Modipani been really impressive here. She's put in a lot of work over the past 2 years since she's come into the national squad.
She's showing some superb gamesmanship there, just taking her time, moving to the side while Steenkamp is waiting. Let's see if we can get a solution this time. Here goes Steenkamp. She's in. Does she fake it? She goes left. It's a big tackle. The time is up. Motsepo Modipani is the hero. Southerns are the winners. 2-0 in the shootout. Southern Gauteng, the 2018 champions, have eliminated the 2019 champions, and they will take on the hosts in the final. What a game. You know, they said at the start that hockey would be the winner, but all of us watching this have been the winner. Kurt, I'm going to go down and grab someone. Over to you.
Okay. Great match there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope it kept you at the edge of your seats, especially for those of you from the Gauteng province, irrespective of whether you were supporting the Southerns or the Northerns team. But great display here, good display by both teams. At the end, unfortunately, the showdown not very popular with most players, but ultimately there will be a loser, and Some great goalkeeping by Motsepe Modipane, keeping a clean sheet, and Southerns are victorious in this match. They will now face the host Western Province in tomorrow's final of the 2021 Ladies Interprovincial Tournament. Should be an entertaining match. These two teams played one another in the pool phases, where Southerns were the victors, and it should make for an interesting matchup. The Northerns team, on the other hand, will play all for the bronze versus the KZN Coastal team, and we look forward to those matches, as well as the earlier games in the morning, where we have the other final positional playoffs. We'll see Eastern Province taking on the Western Province Peninsula side, and the SA Under-21s playing against Free State. And post this, I'll be handing you over to Jabu, who will be doing some interviews on the pitch.
What a game. It's come to the agony of a showdown, a penalty shootout to decide it, but at the end of the day, Southern Gauteng have got themselves a place in the final, looking to get the title that they lost in last one in 2018. With me as captain, Bernie Costin, you must be delighted to get there.
We now have to make semi-finals interesting, make it hard for ourselves, but we are super happy. Super proud of the team. We fought back from being behind to being ahead and then being equal again, so I can't say. We are super happy.
Obviously, for a lot of the Southerns team, a lot of your players played in that final 2 years ago in 2019, where we lost, or Southerns lost the shootout to Northerns. How much of a worry was that in the back of some of your players' minds that, oh no, it's Northerns, it's a shootout again?
Look, I don't think that was specifically in our heads, but it's always a nice match against Northerns. It's always a hard match. But to be honest, we came out focusing on what we wanted to do, and I think we stuck to what we wanted to do.
And obviously you now face the hosts, Western Province. Maybe a little bit surprising that it was the hosts that you're taking on, but it's always great to play the good old foe.
Yeah, look, once again, you never know what happens in the semi-final. But yeah, we're excited to play this final. And I mean, this is what IPTs are for, hey? You work towards that final day, and we're excited to meet Western Province tomorrow.
Awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy the celebration tonight, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to stay down here. I've got goal-scoring supreme machine, Nompilo Tenjwao, our player of the day earlier in the week. Noms, you just did it again, adding goals, right place, right time. How much of that is down to luck? How much is down to practice? How much is that down to your team and all the game time you've played together?
I'd say majority of it goes to my team, trusting me to be in the right places and them passing the ball to me. It's all up to my team and myself as well, and training as well. A lot of training was put into it.
Obviously, the first goal, you were 2-0 down, you pulled it back. The second, 2-2. You know, it's something you can't ask a parent, which is their favourite kid, but you can ask a striker, which was your favourite goal?
I think the second one was my favourite one. I was in the right space, KP had it to me, and it was just perfect. I was waiting for it.
And then, of course, something I noticed that was quite interesting is during the penalty shootout, you were in another province. Was your nerves struggling a bit there?
I was definitely struggling. My heart can never handle penalty shootouts, but my team managed to pull through thanks to Matsepo. She's been training for this, and luckily for us, we managed to win. Yeah, Matsepo doing a great job. Obviously, you got a lot of big names in the team, but you've made sure that your name has stood out this week with some great performances. You must be proud of how the week has gone so far. No, I'm definitely proud of how I played this week. Managed to be with the team and the team just being there for me as well. So it's been a great week so far. Hopefully we can do the same in the finals.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Mpilo.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
for
much.
tomorrow,
Thank
and
you.
looking
Thank
forward to a few more goals. All right, so there we have it. Western Province last won the IPT in 2011. Southern Gauteng won it in 2018. One of them will be lifting the title tomorrow. It's either the girls from Joburg or the girls here from Hartleyvale. We'll find out tomorrow. Be back on YouTube, ES Media Live. We'll be here bringing you the action. The final is at 4 o'clock. Of course, we have the games from 10, 12 and 2 early in the day as the feast of hockey action comes to an end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for sharing. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, at the end of the day, hockey was the winner.